Hello viewers, Joe's HVAC Piano Fishing and Rail Fan Productions here, and we are going to bring you the simple version of how to clean a Mainstays high velocity fan. So this one I just serviced. The video, as I am making this recording, the video I just did is uploading, and you can see here I have successfully oiled and serviced this fan. So what happened was, when I got this fan, it was not working properly right out of the box. And it wasn't oiled, so it was making all kinds of weird noises. And so I had to give her some oil. So it works much better now, as you can tell. Spin down is much better than I expected. And the blade is just about perfectly balanced. You know, we did have to make some adjustments, so you can see my fingerprints from where I was balancing and bending the blade to get it balanced. And so we're going to show you the simple version of how to do it. So you simply just take your Allen key. Once you have your fan disassembled, just remove the 4 screws. So you just take your Allen key and you carefully unscrew just enough so that way you can take the blade off the shaft. Now, it shouldn't take you very long, you know, if you know what you're doing. It shouldn't take you too long. Make sure you get it in there all the way. And the blade just comes off like that. And then in order to oil your yokes, what you have to do is you have to take out these 2 screws here. And then you have to take out your armature, which is this part right here. It contains your drive shaft, contains the rotor, and the rear shaft for the rear bearing. And then if you want to take the whole motor out, like if we need to clean it off or wipe it off or something, just simply remove these 4 screws, the 4 bigger screws, and your motor will come right out. So before you reassemble your drive shaft, and after you've cleaned everything off, make sure you oil the shafts in order to lubricate the bearings. And also, don't forget to spray a drop of oil in the bearings. And also, that will help oil the shaft as well. So that way, the blade, years later, it won't get stuck on there. Because the oil will prevent a layer of rust from developing. So it's really simple to service one of these fans. And if you have to do a yoke swap, all you have to do is get a spare yoke of this from another fan. So anyway, I'll show you my other ones that I have in service right now. Here's this one for the evaporator on my 1965 Fetters weather wheel, because the fan motor crapped out. So we're currently awaiting enough money to get that repaired. And over there is the one for the condenser. So those are the ones I have there, and here's my other one. It's just a backup fan. So it's pretty simple. We're going to put the blade back on here because it is really, really simple to do. Just take your blade, put it back on, and you just take your Allen key and make sure you tighten the set screw. Now, if you've got a fan where use is not so much of a concern, then you can just put it on there enough to hold it. But if you've got fan like this, you're going to be using it a lot, or that's what you plan, make sure that you have plenty of oil in it. And also make sure that your drive shaft is clean, because a grimed drive shaft will not make a good fan. So you just simply reassemble like this. Sometimes the set screws, they do like to be a pain in the rear. And be very careful not to bend the blade, especially after you just serviced it. So we're going to just make sure our balance is correct. Alright, balance is still good, so we didn't screw that up. And now we're going to show you how to reassemble the fan after cleaning, servicing, or oiling or servicing right out of the box. In most cases we might have. So we're going to unplug the fan, because you don't want your fan running while you're doing this, because then you could really screw things up. And take your guard and put it in place. So then once again, take your 4 screws and carefully screw them back into the fan. So we're going to go ahead and do that as so. Also, make sure you have your, if you have an impact like mine, make sure you have it set to drive. So it drives the screws in and not accidentally reversing them back out, because that could really strip your screws and then you'll have a problem. Now, some people say it's better to operate these without the grill, but I am not too preferable on that, because I've seen accidents where people have had, where they've gotten severely injured or caught by the high-speed rotating blade. So I always like to leave the grills on when these fans are operating. It's simply safer. Just don't try to take shortcuts to get it to move more air. They move as much air as they are claimed to move, and that's it. So we're going to make sure all our screws are tightened down. Alright, so now it's reassembled. We're going to give it a quick test. And there we go. It's working much better. It's finally usable. Thanks for watching.